Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Tweek.
And you're in the jungle with Tom and Tweek.
Coming up in this week's podcast, we give out the mid-season awards.
On the final, bitches!
Stop trading with Fred!
All right, Tweek. It's time for the mid-season awards. Everybody knows I love a good awards show. This is going to be like no other because it's awards straight in the middle of the season that really don't matter all that much at all.
I mean, they matter a little bit here and there. There's so many awards we could possibly give out, so we've narrowed it down to, I think, like 5 or 6 specific awards.
Depending on how long we talk.
Yeah, we might cut one out.
I'm going to start with stupidest move of the year. And it pains me to do this, but I got to give it to my boy Chris Solis. Stupidest move of the year so far. It's affected at least 3, probably 5 other fantasy teams. It's Solis reaching to draft Cam Newton 4th overall, passing on Kamara and Barkley and Melvin Gordon.
Now, I'm going to have to disagree with you like 110%. Yeah, Solis reached for a quarterback like Cola did last year and won him the league and gifted Kamara.
Aaron Rodgers was valued at a first-round pick, though.
Yes, no, I agree. But let me finish. Now, if you look at the rest of Solis' draft and how his season has played out, even in hindsight, give him Alvin Kamara, and his team is still a dumpster fire, garbage, going nowhere, not going to make the playoffs. You give Seb, what are you going to give him? Barkley instead of Kamara?
Or Gordon.
Any of those two, and it's more or less a moot point. He still crushes me week 1. He still has 1 loss on the season. Maybe he might have 1 extra loss. And that's even assuming he doesn't pick up James Conner before I do. And that's another worm. But still, he'd have at worst 2 losses on the season. So I don't even consider that a stupid move because now it's in hindsight. If we said this week 1, it'd be a stupid move, but it's not a stupid move.
10 people considered it a stupid move literally as it was happening. This has nothing to do with hindsight. Everybody's like, whoa.
Yeah, but at the end of but halfway through the season, it hasn't made an actual difference on where the teams are and where they're headed.
It doesn't mean it's still not stupid.
But it's not like cataclysmic stupid like the trades you just made this past week.
Wait, explain yourself.
So, first of all, you trade away a keeper to Jen for a non-keeper.
Oh my God! Don't say it. Don't say the word.
I'm smelling collusion.
I am so tired of. I cannot stand idly by. Whoa, people on podcasts just scream collusion
even when it's the truth.
Even
when it's the truth.
Bullshit every time I make a trade. Odell Beckham is playing on the worst team in the NFL. Why wouldn't I get rid of him? Him and DeAndre Hopkins are like the same player. I didn't want to keep Beckham in the first place. Did anybody know that Trey Burton was going to score 40 points this week? Look, Twig, veins are popping out right now. How could you call collusion on what does me trading Trey Burton to Seb do for my team? If it was part of some master plan for me to really screw over who? Myself? Like, yeah, I get it now. If I had known that Trey Burton was going to score 18 and Taylor Gabriel was going to score 2, probably wouldn't have done that trade. But it has nothing to do with collusion. Every podcast has been spewing out bullshit. You know what they said on the podcast yesterday, Tweek? You know what Fred's favorite line is? Oh, Tom, he lost to a girl. Oh, now that I lost to Jen, I'm just like Tom who lost to a girl. Guess what, Fred? You lost to Jen from work, too. Go back to the records and check it out. The same year I lost to Jen, you lost to her too by 4 points. So you lost to girls even more times than I did.
Wow. Okay. Are you okay, mister? We gotta cool you down a little bit? Get some water?
There is no collusion going on from my team anyway.
Still think it was a stupid move. But I digress. Where are we at next, mister?
And the next award goes to X Factor. So which player for the second half of the season is going to be the biggest X Factor Tweek? X Factor. And this award for me, Todd Gurley was runner-up, goes to James Conner.
Why?
Whether or not your boy Le'Veon Bell comes back
Steel City
could literally determine the season. You know, last week on the podcast, I said that Alo had the best running back core in the league, and Alo proceeded to shit the bed. That running back core could actually belong to Seb if your boy Le'Veon Bell doesn't report. He's got Kamara and Connor coupled with the rest of the players on his team, Tyreek Hill. If that happens, Seb could win the league.
I
If
think
if James Conner doesn't start the rest of the season, if Le'Veon Bell does come back, then you might be the favorite to win the league.
I feel that Le'Veon Bell has to come back. If he doesn't come back by week 10, he's screwed himself over a million times. So he comes back at some point. But until then, James Conner is going to be a top 5, top 6 fantasy running back. But that does not make him the X factor. The X factor goes to the actual person who's the top of the table, has the most points in the league, has the best quarterback that you need to win the league, Tommy Diamenti, and him picking Patrick Mahomes in the same round. Everyone else is like, I should have picked Patrick Mahomes too. Yeah, well, hindsight's 2020, ain't it, guys?
Yeah. Well,
Like,
boy,
Mahomes-
Tweak, what a dumb move you made by not drafting Pat Mahomes.
Yes. So instead of Newton, you should have drafted Pat Mahomes.
Oh, yeah, boy, literally, based on your retarded hindsight logic, literally every pick in the first 6 rounds of the draft was bullshit because people didn't draft Pat Mahomes.
Actually, that's 100% true. We all screwed up. We all shit
It's
the
true, we
bed.
all screwed up.
We all screwed up. But no, Patrick Mahomes is going to be the difference maker in the second half of the season for Tommy Diamenti. And that's why he is I don't even know how he lost his one game of the season. Like, that's unbelievable that he even lost a game this year. He should be 7-0.
I would give Tommy the award for best draft for sure. I feel like that's almost inarguable. So, Tweak, instead, I want to ask you this question. Better move this season for the best move of the year thus far. Tommy drafts Pat Mahomes or Seb picks up James Conner. Now, a couple other people, at least were considering drafting Mahomes. I don't think anybody knew James Conner was even a thing when Sebi picked him up.
I mean, I think Sebi is the only actual Steelers fan of the 12 team owners, and I'm a fake Steelers fan. Trying to pick
The
up a
fake
chick.
podcast host.
I'm
too.
trying to pick up a chick. It's not working out too well, by the way. So go Steelers until then. But no, Sebi was, I feel, the only diehard Steelers fan, and he must have knew something was up and was able to scoop that pick up before Alo. And look, he shit the bed all season. But I feel picking up James Conner was the better move because you had to know to pick him up. And he picked him up 2 days before ESPN and the news was saying, yo, pick up James Conner if you haven't picked him up. So I think that was the better move because anybody could have drafted Mahomes, like we just said, in any of the first 6 rounds until Tommy D did. So,
But nobody did draft Mahomes.
yeah, but nobody did. But
Anybody could have picked up James Conner.
I mean, eventually Mahomes would have been drafted, and nobody would have said, "Oh, you drafted Mahomes in the 8th round. Okay, that's an okay pick." But picking up James Conner off waivers when Le'Veon Bell is allegedly going to report to camp is like, why are you doing that? You know that Bell's going to report. He did last year. He's going to do it again. You just wasted a move.
Patrick Mahomes and Todd Gurley seem to be the 2 most important players in fantasy football this year. They're on rival teams. It's going to be crazy. I got one last award. Least valuable league member. Now, Tweak, let me explain value to the league. And I'm talking league owners here.
Okay.
So it's not just that you pay your league dues and you check your team, which seems to be a lot to ask in fantasy baseball, but not in our league. Our league is very solid. I'm talking you go the extra mile. You're trying to work on trades all the time. You're posting on the message board. You're talking smack talk. You're participating in league activities like tag team tournament and throwback week. And so we have a lot of great members who do those things. Tommy and Fred, props to them. They've done a great job participating in the league this year. Solus is in another country. He's done a great job participating in the league this year. You know who has not done a great job participating in the league this year? Alo. Supposed to be the best man at my wedding, right? Hey, Alo, where you been this year, man? Because I haven't seen you at all on the message boards. Oh, it's throwback week this week? Oh, you just made another Drake reference for your team name? Alo, you've been in the league as long as me. You have 25 team names to choose from. Just pick one. I feel like I'm losing my voice, and now I'm starting to sound like Charlie Day on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Alo does nothing. I tried to trade Alo Odell Beckham 5 weeks in a row with 5 different guys. No, doesn't even text me about it afterwards.
Wow.
Nothing.
Also, this is Cole J's 2nd year in the league, and even he had a throwback name, by the way.
Yeah.
Just pointing that out. But I'm not going to harp on Alo because I can't just count this 1 year of his 10 years in the league. The one off year he's having, he might have some personal things going on. I'll give him a pass. One person who has consistently, year after year after year after year, been nothing but bad news bears to this league is none other than, oh no, Puerto Julio, Brian motherfucking Ramos. I think he's only watched the one half of football on Thursday night when we were in this apartment watching it, and he hasn't even looked at fantasy football ever since. The past 2 years, he hasn't done anything with fantasy football. He only shows up to the draft because he lives in the apartment that the draft is happening, and he shows up 20 minutes late. Why do you do this? So, I could just spew on for 20 more minutes
Pretty
about
sure
this.
Brian was on time to the draft this year.
Because he lives there. God.
Another example of podcast host telling you lies. You can't trust the media, guys. You just can't trust them.
Solis was on time.
Solis was in another country.
On time.
Tweak, you know what the fans want?
I don't know. Tell me.
The fans want Tweak's picks to
What?
come back.
Are you kidding?
So Tweak, what the hell? We're here right now. Let's run down it. And now it's time for the return of Tweak's picks.
Oh my God, guys, this is so unexpected. I want to know who requested this back so I get a nice chat with them about
Right?
this.
So
yeah.
let's go through the games of the week. Let's try to get this kind of quick because we already went over time. We got
Okay.
Steerman Scheme versus fourth to last place Bucks. Tweak, who's gonna win?
Brian Ramos eventually has to win a game, but it's not going to be this week. Tommy D is 7-1.
That's the right choice.
Obviously.
Top of the pyramid versus you. Tweak versus Rex. Tweak is Rex. Tweak equals Rex. Sorry.
Yeah, Tweak equals Rex. That was a couple years ago when my team was garbage, but not this year. I'm going to stomp Jen.
Continuing with the theme
Sorry,
of the
Dave.
throwback team names, Liquor Duty Hole Sam Squatch versus The Dream is Dead. An ironic and somewhat annoying team name by Seb. Seb, we get it. You're 6-1. We get it.
Yeah, I love the irony because your dream is not going to be dead when he's 7-1 this week, putting up a crazy point total again.
One Trick Ponies. Hey, Solus. It's throwback week. Change your team name. Versus YMA. Who you got?
I mean, Solus only has one other team name, and that really wasn't.
Solus actually has Alabama Hot Pockets from way back in the day.
Okay, my apologies.
Cleveland Steamers.
Regardless, College is most likely going to win that game.
This game was game of the week, but got flexed out because the team suck now. Tommy Two Fingers versus God's Plan.
We're gonna have to call you Tommy 3 wins now because
Whoa!
you got Tom's plan to go 3-5 and
Watch me. I'm on the comeback.
keep Alo's shit
Watch me.
piling going downward.
Game of the week now in prime time. 4-3 Cromartie's kids. 5-2 Earth, Wind, and Miner.
You know how much I hate Fred, right? No, it doesn't even matter how much I hate Fred. Dave has such a good team. He's gonna get off his unfortunate 2-game losing streak and is going to be 6-2, dropping Fred to a 500 record.
There you have it, folks. You now got an up close and personal look at the vein that's in the middle of my forehead.
You were pretty scary before. Can you never do that again?
We'll see you next week.
Maybe.